Hey everyone, John Lorden here with another episode of BrainScratch Searchlight for today, Wednesday, June 28th, 2017. Thank you so much for joining me here, and before I get started, I have to thank two brain scratchers that sent me a bunch of research on this case. This case is getting some good press right now, but I think we can help elevate it even further, so I have to thank these brain scratchers for sending this information my way. Tiger Jin, thank you so much for all the info you sent, as well as Elle, who sent me some a bit more interpersonal information. She actually lived close to this area where today's person went missing. Gave me some more insight along those lines, so I thank you both very much. With that being said, let's start at NamUs and take a look into this case of Yingying Zhang. We can see from the basic case information here that Yingying Zhang is 26 years old. She is Chinese. She was last seen on June 9th, 2017. And first of all, I have to say I'm happy that NamUs already has a profile on this. I mean, this case is only a few weeks old, and this profile is already in relatively strong shape. For height, we have, actually the height looks like it's a little all over the place. We've got from 5 feet tall to 5'8". I think on some other information I've seen, they're saying she's about 5'4". For weight, we have 110 to 140 pounds. Let's get into the circumstances of her disappearance. She is missing from the city of Urbana in Illinois, in the county of Champaign. On Friday, June 9th, 2017, visiting scholar Yingying Zhang was reported missing. There is video that was released the following Monday morning from the B4 parking garage on North Goodwin, and it shows Zhang standing on the east side of Goodwin as a vehicle pulls up beside her. She and the driver speak for some time before she enters the vehicle shortly after 2 p.m., which then continues north on Goodwin Avenue. We have access to that footage. I'll be going over it with you guys here very soon. Her hair color is black. Both of her eyes are brown, and she does wear glasses. No other real identifying marks, at least according to this NamUs profile so far. Clothing. Surveillance video shows that at the time she was wearing a charcoal gray hat with a white logo on the front. She has shoulder-length brown hair, glasses, and a white-pink flannel print long-sleeve shirt, white undershirt, jeans, white shoes, and a navy backpack. Outside of that, we also have some information on the vehicle. It is a black Saturn Astra 4-door hatchback, and they don't have the year here, unfortunately, and I really haven't bumped into that information. I'm kind of surprised someone hasn't locked the year down on that yet. In terms of her NamUs profile, they don't have dental information. They are inquiring about DNA, and they apparently do have some type of fingerprint information for her already available. So there are many more pictures of her available. We'll get to those as we go along here, but she went missing from around the area of the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign campus. So let's just learn a little bit more about that location. The University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign, also known as U of I, UIUC, or simply Illinois, is a public research-intensive university in the U.S. state of Illinois. It is the flagship campus of the University of Illinois system and a founding member of the Big Ten Conference. The campus library system possesses the second largest university library in the United States after Harvard University. The university also is home to the fastest supercomputer on a university campus. So if you understand that you are a researcher, particularly working in the sciences, this is probably a university that you would want to go to. Moving over to the police.illinois.edu website, basically the campus police website, we do see some security footage here of Yingying. This is what she was wearing when she disappeared, and she did take a bus, and it looks like they actually have footage of her from on the bus here as well. They also have a close-up of the same type of shirt that she was wearing when she went missing, so I wanted to be sure to show you that, as well as the backpack that she was carrying. They also have several other images of her. Let's just go through those so you guys get a very good idea of what she looks like. I believe this is her father. Of course, her family is extremely worried. Her father is already in the U.S. Trying to find his daughter. They have a friend that was living over here that helped to broker the initial contact with the embassies and tried to get everything moving. You know, international cases can sometimes get gummed up a little bit, but this case in particular seems to be moving very big and very quickly. As a matter of fact, the FBI is already on this case. There is a site at fbi.gov. You can visit it in the links below. And here you can see they have a picture of the suspect's vehicle. This is a pretty good close-up of it, and I'm actually wondering if I'm almost certain that they're working on some type of analysis to break down this license plate and to see if they can understand it better. The FBI has also been clear that they think that it is a white male that is driving this vehicle. They haven't been clear on why they think that, but they are clear that they do believe it's a white male. So let's take a look at the actual footage. This is posted by the FBI. And Yingying is actually way up in the top center here. I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see that a little better. And we see the vehicle pulling up. Now, right off the start, the first thing I noticed is she is actually waiting. I don't know if she's waiting for this vehicle in particular, but I am kind of curious. I'm actually going to bounce it back here. I'm kind of curious how the vehicle knew that she was there, because she seems to be waiting at the side of a tree. You can see it a little better in this image here. So it seems to me that this was an arranged meeting. And as a matter of fact, the first time I saw this, I was wondering, is this a ride share? You know, is this a Uber or a Lyft driver? However, with how that information is tracked, I'm having trouble believing that it's that simple. But just looking at this videotape and trying to analyze what's going on, we see she's talking to the driver for a long time before she actually gets in the car. And from what I've seen on reports, even this video has been edited for length. So I believe that this conversation actually went on for longer than we're seeing here. You can see the driver then just pulls off normally. There's not a whole lot of time between her getting in the car and them driving off together. But once again, I'm just really curious about, it really seems to me that we're looking at a situation where someone knew they were picking her up at that specific spot. Because I think if this was a crime of opportunity, it'd be pretty amazing for this guy to, you know, I mean, yes, you might be able to see that there's someone standing on the other side of that tree. If you're really looking for a specific type of victim, are you going to be able to tell that easy? Did maybe he drive past her a few times before that? It's possible, but that's not what we're hearing from the FBI, and they certainly haven't released any footage like that. So let's continue looking into the case here from WANDTV.com. FBI believes missing U of I student was kidnapped. The FBI continues to help in the search for a missing scholar from the University of Illinois. They are now treating the case as a kidnapping. The FBI believes the driver of the car was a white male. Here we also get a poster from the FBI, and we can confirm that they do have her height listed at 5 foot 4 inches tall, her weight at approximately 110 pounds. Same information, nationality Chinese, black hair, brown eyes. Outside of that, nothing real different. We got the same clothing description, same description about the suspect possibly being a white male and about the vehicle that he was driving. Moving over to newsgazette.com, we get a little more information on the conditions of this case, as well as some of Yingying's backstory. University of Illinois police are investigating whether UI agriculture scholar Yingying Zhang may have called a ride-hailing service Friday afternoon before she was reported missing. That's something we're pursuing, said UI police spokesman Patrick Wade. There's 1,000 different scenarios that could have played out here. We have a lot more work to do before we can say what it was and what it wasn't. Zhang, 26, a visiting researcher with the Department of Natural Resources and Environmental Sciences, had only been in town since April and was staying at the Orchard Downs complex in Urbana, officials said. She had been headed to the One North apartment complex on North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana on Friday to sign a lease, texting the apartment property manager at 1:30 p.m. that she was going to be late. Zhang's research focuses on photosynthesis and crop productivity. She received her master's degree in environmental engineering from Peking University in 2016 and a bachelor's degree from Sun Yat-sen University in 2013. And we actually also have an image of the text message. We can see here, "Hi Yingying, my name is Trez and I am from One North. I saw that you started your application with us yesterday and I wanted to see if you have any questions before signing up with us. Let me know right away so that I can qualify you for some great deals." She then says, "Hi Trez, I'll be late for a while." Trez says, "Okay, what time can you make it in?" She says, "Maybe around 2:10. And Trez replies, "Okay, I'll see you then." Then a while later, "Hey Yingying, just checking in to see if you're on your way." So that's the last communication that we know we have from her. The last article we looked at from News Gazette also has a map that they've embedded with the basically tracing her steps leading up to her disappearance. So let's go through that real quick. Starting towards the bottom of the map where this bus logo is. University of Illinois police said Yingying Zhang, 26, a scholar visiting from China, boarded a teal line bus at the Orchard Downs South Shelter at 1:35 on Friday. What strikes me here is if she was meaning to meet up with the person at the apartment complex at 1:30, she already knew that she was late as soon as she stepped onto this bus. And the route that this bus took didn't get her all the way to the apartment structure. It does head in that direction, but if you see here, it's much further north. It got her about halfway there from what I'm seeing here. I'm not sure if she was planning on potentially taking another bus in this area. If we zoom in on this area, you can see that there are multiple bus stops, pretty frequent. Here we go. So even at the corner they dropped her off at, here's the bus stop. She walked back towards Goodwin. There's another bus stop on that corner. She passed a few bus stops as she walked, and then this is where she was picked up. Numerous bus stops up around here, so I don't know if she was trying to find another bus to get her closer to the apartment building, but she did get dropped off here on Springfield at the northeast corner of Springfield and Goodwin Avenues. She walks, as I described, that is this orange line where she walks north a bit. And once again, we have to consider she knows that she's late at this point. Maybe she's texting with the apartment manager while she's waiting for this person to pick her up. I'm not sure. But considering that she's late, she decides to stop walking. So it really seems to me that this is some type of arrangement, that someone is coming to pick her up. Maybe she has asked a friend or someone that she has met in the short time that she's been here if they'll give her a ride there. I'm not sure. Plus, she's got a cell phone on her, and I'm really curious that we haven't heard of any ping information, or we haven't even heard if the cell phone was still responsive. I'm sure that they've been calling it very, very often. So she gets into the car. Here they have a picture of what the car model is, what it looks like. Zhang got into a black Saturn Astra like the one shown outside Campbell Hall near the southeast corner of Clark Street and Goodwin Avenue about 2 p.m. after talking with the driver for a couple minutes. Really good point. Once again, this girl is late. She's arranged for someone to come get her. Maybe she's not that familiar with the person. She told the apartment complex she's going to be there by 2:10, and she's being picked up around 2. I don't know. For me, this just really seems to coincide with this being prearranged. The car then continues heading in the direction of the apartments. We can see this red line, and that is the last of the footage that at least has been publicly released. And we have where they're heading way up here. So at least for the little amount that we have of tracking the vehicle, it is heading in the direction to take her directly to the One North apartment complex. However, it seems that she actually would never get there. All right, and some more information from the Chicago Tribune. Holloway says updates are being regularly sent to the office of the FBI's acting director and 56 U.S. field offices. I believe the FBI is worried that she might have been moved to a different area at this point, and we're going to see some other news later where it looks like their search is expanding quite a bit. Who knows? I mean, with how many days have passed, she could literally be on the opposite end of the country at this point. She could even potentially be in another country, but I don't think they're operating on that pretense right now. There are going to be a lot of questions about the investigation that I cannot answer. Anything I say here will be heard by the abductor. He said it would jeopardize our efforts to locate her and to bring her abductor to justice. And I believe that he said that at a campus meeting that was held about this case. Elle sent me 3 email communications that came from the campus police and went directly to students. And they've been trying to keep the students updated, but even in those 3 messages, there is a clear sense of desperation and anguish that is coming out from the campus police regarding this case. In the 3rd message specifically, they're acknowledging that they know people are getting very nervous because of what seems to be any little developments going on in this case. Yingying's father, aunt, and boyfriend are staying in university housing as the search continues. They also kicked up a GoFundMe to help pay for their expenses while they are staying here in the U.S. They were only going for $30,000, and in 9 days, they have made over $93,000. So if nothing else, know that their search at this point is pretty well funded. I hope that they might consider trying to pull on additional help. Who knows? I don't know if a private investigator can really help in a case like this where you already have a police department and the FBI working, but I'm sure it couldn't hurt to have someone going around campus asking questions, particularly with this feeling that I have that this seems to be an arranged ride. I don't know. I have a feeling this could be a student. Or it could be someone that is maybe working on campus in some capacity. I'm really not sure, but someone that she would have met in the very short time that she has been there. And from NBCnews.com, I bumped into a little more information about what Yingying is like. Her boyfriend and her father described her as bright and studious, fun-loving and outgoing. She plays the guitar and was the lead singer in a band called Cute Horse at college in China. One of her favorite songs, her boyfriend said, was The Rose, a hit in 1980 for American singer Bette Midler. And in terms of current news, we have several articles. The first one here from IllinoisHomepage.net tells us that billboards with information about Yingying Zhang are now gone. The FBI had put up billboards in Chicago, Indianapolis, and St. Louis. Officials were trying to spread the word beyond central Illinois. Once again, I think that is showing that the FBI is considering she might have been removed from the area. The FBI says they have pre-existing agreements with billboard companies for cases like this, but the contract ran out on Friday. The electronic billboards included a picture of Zhang, a description of the car she was last seen getting into, and the number anyone with information should call. The FBI says they're in the process of renewing the contracts with the billboard companies, and they're looking to get them back up soon. So seems like just a minor hiccup in terms of spreading information on this case. Over at newsgazette.com, we also get some more current news that's from this week. A walk and concert to support Yingying Zhang has been scheduled for Thursday evening at the Krannert Center for the Performing Arts. Essentially, they are going to walk the path that she took leading up to her abduction. They also have a 30-minute concert scheduled after that. Some very sweet words in here about them hoping that the music reaches her in some way, or that messages about this event reach her in some way and give her some more hope for getting out of the situation that she might find herself in. The concert is being conducted with the Jasmine Fields Orchestra, which consists of more than 40 Chinese UI students who play both Chinese and Western instruments. And finally, we also hear that a Chinese-born American forensic scientist has reportedly been drafted in to help with the hunt for a missing Chinese research student. And this detective is somewhat famous. You've probably heard of him. Henry Chang-Yu Lee is one of the world's foremost forensic scientists and founder of the Henry C. Lee Institute of Forensic Science. In the past, the 78-year-old has been involved in investigating several significant cases, such as the assassination of John F. Kennedy, the Watergate scandal, the 9/11 terror attacks, and I believe he's probably most famous for contributing to the O.J. Simpson case as well. So the famous Dr. Lee is coming out of what I guess some people would consider semi-retirement to try to help on this case. I will also include links to a pretty healthy web sleuth thread that's going on there. I didn't see much compelling information, just people kind of theorizing, in particular about the vehicle maybe being abandoned or ditched somewhere. I really don't know. I don't know if I believe that someone would abandon a vehicle like that, but if you've committed a crime in it or something along those lines, it's certainly possible. Some people are discussing that maybe the vehicle is stored somewhere on private property where it will be difficult to find, which if you've seen the Searchlight update that I did this week on Angie Barlow, having evidence or people on private property can certainly make it a bit difficult. And I'm hoping that's not the case here with Yingying, but we'll keep our fingers crossed and hope that her family gets these answers much sooner rather than later. Once again, I have to give a huge thank you to Tiger Jin, who sent me a ton of research on this case, and Elle for those personal insights about the area and kind of the buzz that's going on campus around this case. There's a lot of people that care about Yingying and that want to see her be found and continue what seems like a pretty amazing trajectory that she had academically. She seems like the type of person that could really make a great impact on this world. And I hope it's more for her area of expertise in terms of her scholastic work rather than becoming a casualty of a missing persons investigation. But I will certainly keep my eyes and ears open. If I hear anything else on this case, you can be sure that we will talk about it right here on the Lord and Arts channel. Please do me a favor and help me raise exposure to this case. Share this video with friends of yours. Use the links below. If there's one news story in particular that you like, please share that with your friends. At this point, she literally could be anywhere in the U.S. As I mentioned, she could have potentially even been taken across a border at this point, but really I think the focus is on the U.S. for trying to locate her. So please help us do that. Please help be a part of that by sharing this video. Thank you so much, everyone. I hope that you and your families are staying safe, and I will see you right back here on the Lord and Arts channel.